Hey there, great afternoon, everybody. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. We'll wait for a few people to come on in the room. Listen, I wanted to hop on. Yesterday, I was not able to hop on because I was not feeling well, and I'm trying to use more wisdom in these days. But come on, I'm here now. So let's hop on in. In case you do not know, I am Dr. Shavonna Whitehead, and it's always my privilege, my honor, and my pleasure to join you for Lunchtime Empowerment Talks with Dr. Vaughn. Listen, this is the Lunchtime Empowerment Mobile Edition. I didn't want to miss you again. God has been faithful, and God has been kind unto us to strengthen me to be able to navigate even today on this rainy day. But listen, I look at rain differently. So rain may slow me down, rain may hinder a little bit, but listen, sometimes rain is necessary because sometimes we need to sit still. But I posted something about the topic of setting boundaries. And some people were inquiring as far as, well, Dr. Vaughn, what do you mean by setting boundaries? Let me help you understand. Setting boundaries is healthy. Many of us are dealing with heartache. Many of us are dealing with, hey, Tamika, hey, Melissa, hey, Janella. Many of us are dealing with heartache. Many of us are dealing with pain. Many of us are dealing with disappointment. Many of us are dealing with hurt, not because those people meant it, but because we never set boundaries. We saw the signs, we saw the red flags, but you know what? We kept pushing, and we didn't realize that there were certain boundaries we needed to set, certain atmospheres we shouldn't be in when we're in certain vulnerable conditions. But because we don't know, hey, my twin is on here. Hey, Sugar Pie. My twin Tanya's on here. Because we don't know how to set boundaries, sometimes we will push ourselves to places and find ourselves hurt, not because those people meant to hurt us, but because we never set the boundaries. Sometimes you have to have that difficult conversation. You have to have that line of communication. You have to have that talk to let people understand, look, this is what I don't allow in my space. This is what I do. This is where I am. You know what? I can't handle that. Let me be truthful to let you know. I'm not strong enough to deal with that. So you know what? I'm a step away. But when we are not true to ourselves, when we are not true to what we feel, when we are not true to who we are and where we are in life, we will end up with hurtful situations. We will end up devastated. We will end up disappointed. And listen, boundaries are healthy. Boundaries are healthy. Some of us are walking around, we'll have no boundaries. So any and everybody can come into our space. We have not set any boundaries. We have not set any guidelines. We have not set any standards. We have not set any of that. We're just going with the flow. But if you want to be healed and whole, if you want to flow, if you want to be who God has called you to be, if you want to keep growing and stop repeating the same cycles, tell somebody, I'm setting boundaries today. Come on, tell somebody. I want you to type it right there in the chat. I am setting boundaries today. Listen, my boundaries are not to hurt you. My boundaries are to protect me. I'll say it again. My boundaries are not to hurt you. My boundaries are to protect me. I'm going to say it one more time. My boundaries are not to hurt you. My boundaries are to protect me. Why are you saying that, Dr. Vaughn? Because I have to learn what my capacity is. I have to learn that for my health and my well-being, I have to be true to my capacity. Why are you pushing yourself beyond your capacity? Then you wonder why you're depleted. You wonder why you're frustrated. You wonder why you're exhausted. You wonder why you're hurt. You wonder why you can't sleep. You have pushed yourself beyond your capacity. And guess what? Nobody told you to do that. If this is not an assignment that God has you on, some of us have just stepped into arenas simply because we have the heart to help everybody. Simply because we have the heart to see everybody do well. We have the heart to see everybody win. But listen, I came by to tell somebody, everybody is not your assignment. Yep, I came to tell you. Everybody is not your assignment. I'm going to stand for the people in the back. everybody is not your assignment. Some you them to God. Some people you just need to pray and release them to God. There's nothing you can do for them. You have to turn them over to God and let the only true and living God, who's able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ever ask or think, we have to trust them and leave everything to his hand. But some of us, we want to keep our hand on it because we think, because we love them, that we know better, because we're connected to them, that we know better. But let me help you understand, sometimes you got to just release it. Sometimes you just got to release it. Sometimes you just got to release it. Somebody type it, I'm releasing it today. I am releasing it today. All of our it's are different, but somebody needs to type, I'm releasing it today. I am releasing it today. Because I'll say it again, my boundaries are not to you. My boundaries are to protect me. Because I want you to think about it. Let's be real. Think about, go back down memory lane, and think about the situations and the circumstances you found yourself in. If you are true to yourself, oftentimes some of your most devastating situations came because of the simple fact you would not set boundaries. Let's be truthful. I'm already listen, God done already dealt with me. Some of the situations and circumstances that I found myself in was because I did not release it and I did not set boundaries. I can't blame it on nobody. It wasn't the devil. I kept myself connected to some stuff I was supposed to disconnect from because they weren't. I didn't have the capacity to deal with that. But I jumped into some stuff because they were my sister girl. I jumped into some stuff because they were my friend. I jumped into some stuff because they were my neighbor. I jumped into some stuff because they were my sister in Christ. But you have to realize boundaries are essential for your health and your well-being. Yes. Boundaries are essential for your health and your well-being. So today, this is the empowerment talk for today. It's time for you to sit down with you, not nobody else. It's time for you to sit down with you and set your boundaries. If you can't do it today, you can't do it today. What? If you can't do it today, you can't do it today. But unless you are true with yourself, the only way, case in point, and I'm gonna use my twin is on here, Tanya's on here. I'm gonna use her. We know each other's, but we also know each other's boundaries, which means we know what buttons that will push each other. We know how far we can go. We know, certain limitations. We know the dynamics. So if I know, hey Lily, if I know your vulnerable points, if I know your pressure points, then the boundaries that we set is I know I don't touch them. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? Because we have communication, because we have difficult conversations, because let me tell you, let me be real. We've had difficult conversations where we didn't agree. Where she had to tell me, look, this what you did, it pissed me off, it wasn't right. You were nasty, it wasn't right. And I've had to talk to her and say, you know what you said made me uncomfortable. What you said hurt my feelings. You got to be able to have those difficult conversations, and that's when the healthy boundaries actually start. So I know what not to say. I know that certain words are trigger words for her. So if I know those boundaries, I won't say it. Jaleesa is on here. I know certain things that I have walked through Jaleesa with over the course of the years. So there's certain words I won't use with Jaleesa because I know they will trigger boundaries. But the problem is we are not having these conversations to tell people for real, you know what, that pissed me off. We're not having the conversation to say for real, what you said to me hurt me. And it took me to a place that wasn't good. We don't want to have those conversations where we actually are telling the truth. You know what? Today is not a good day. I can't be there for you today. We are not having those conversations and say, you know what? I'm going through so much now, I'm not even going to lie to you. I just can't be there for you today. Boundaries. But if you have those successful conversations and you have those healthy dialogues with each other and set the boundaries, I'm not offended when she can't talk. I'm not offended when she ain't in the mood. I'm not offended. Why? Because we have already set boundaries within our relationship where I understand maybe she needed to step away and deal with some stuff. I'm not upset. I'm not upset because the boundaries that we set, I understand her. And I might not even understand the situation, but because of boundaries, I respect her space. Come on here. Because of boundaries, I respect her space. You have to begin to set boundaries. The only way people are going to respect your space, the only way people are going to respect you, the only way that people are going to actually take you serious and give you, respect your area and your vulnerability and start treating you like you're supposed to be treated, you got to set boundaries and standards and make them live up to it. You want to cross the line of my boundaries? You can't come in my space. What? This my space. This my area. I don't have to let you in. I don't have to let you in. Nobody said I had to. I do not have to let you in. And so this is where I'm trying to help somebody. We have gotten to this place where we are walking around here with no boundaries, and then we want to cry. We want people to pray us through because Sister Brown done totally destroyed us. She done hit some stressful pressures, and now I'm reliving some stuff that happened in my childhood and all that other stuff. Listen, but if I had a conversation with her and said, listen, for real, don't do that because that takes me to a place. Can you respect my space and just don't say stuff like that because that take me to a place. One or two things going to happen. She going to either respect my boundaries or she going to let me know that she don't deserve to be in my space. Only one or two things going to happen. She's either going to respect my boundaries or she's going to show her true colors and it's going to let me know that she don't deserve to be in my space. So then it don't have to be no love lost. We move on. You can't be in my space. And so this is all I came on. I just jumped on here because we have to get to a place where we understand that boundaries are not meant to hurt anybody. Boundaries actually help both parties. It helps you not to be hurt, and it helps the other person to understand where you are. I'll say it again. It helps you not to be hurt and disappointed, and it helps the other person to understand where you are. They not God. They not all-knowing, so if you don't tell them, you got to tell them. Come on, y'all. We want people to be telekinetic. We want people to be God. We want people to just know. We ain't had no conversation. We ain't telling them that they hurt us. We ain't telling them that they pissed off. We just want them to know. Got to have a conversation. And I'm learning in this season of my life that conversations are essential. Conversations are essential. Conversations are essential. Even if they're uncomfortable, conversations are essential. And if that person is meant to be in your life, y'all can have a full-fledged out argument, hang up on each other, not talk, you know what, forget it. I don't want to talk to you today. And guess what? Next week be talking like ain't nothing happened. Why? I know. I got the people that are divine for my life. We don't always get along, but we always respect each other and we always love each other. I'll say it again. The people that are divinely connected to my life, whether I see them every day or not, the people that are divinely connected to my life, we don't always get along. We even may argue, but at the end of the day, we respect each other. We love each other. Listen. Twin, I'm trying to tell them. One of my greatest lessons was my relationship with my twin. Tanya's on here. We learned how to navigate. Over the course of years, how to really navigate. And years later, when people thought that we wouldn't be friends, we're stronger than ever. Like, you learn how to navigate. Come on, y'all. We don't have to always agree, and we don't have to talk every day. But we must always respect each other and love each other where we are, where we're going, and just be there. Listen, I'm just trying to. So that's my empowerment talk for today on this Lunchtime Empowerment Talk mobile edition, because I just finished preaching at ARC's noonday service, and so I had to do this mobile style. But listen, set boundaries. It's okay. It's healthy. It's healthy. So today, sit down with yourself. Sit down with yourself. Sit down with yourself. Don't employ nobody else. Oh, thank you, Shay. Thank you, Aunt Judy. Yeah, Lee, it's the mobile edition. So sit down with you. Nobody else. Sit down with you. Get your journal if you get one, because I was journaling mine yesterday. Get your journal if you got one. And if not, just get your piece of paper. Start actually jotting down the things that mean something to you. Yeah. Sit down with you and be honest with you. Write down what you can't take. Write down what you can't take. Write down the boundaries that you're setting, and then hold yourself to it. Don't let anybody push you past your boundaries. Come on, let's stop. Don't let people push you past your boundaries. In this season of my life, I can only be what I can be. I ain't trying to be a chameleon. I ain't trying to get nothing extra. I ain't trying to do nothing extra. If God ain't telling me to do it, I ain't jumping out there. Yep, Janella, journaling again. Sit down with yourself. Sit down with you today. Sit down with you today. Because this ain't about nobody else. Sit down with you today and write down your boundaries. Oh, Tamika, my honor and my privilege. Shay, yes, get another one. Sit down with you today. Set your boundaries. And listen, boundaries are essential for friendships. Boundaries are essential for relationships. Boundaries are essential for marriages. Boundaries are essential for sisterhoods, siblings. Boundaries are essential for ministry. Did I hit something? Boundaries are essential for any type of relationship that you have with somebody else. All ships. And the boundaries may be different between the relationships. And if that be the case, write that out too. You might have certain boundaries with relationships that you don't have with ministry ships. You might have certain boundaries you have with your siblings that you don't have in your marriage. But jot all of those down, but stick to this is about you. You ain't got to consult nobody. Nobody got to approve your boundaries. They're yours. I got my boundaries, and you ain't pushing me past them. So just like yesterday, my asthma was on a flare. I know my boundaries. Now, I could have did one or two things. What I used to do, push past knowing I could barely breathe and then be sick for the rest of the week, or sit myself down, rest all day so that I can be rejuvenated for the rest of the week. Boundaries. That was a boundary within myself. And guess what? I got phone calls yesterday. My phone was on Do Not Disturb. Boundaries. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for iPhone. Hallelujah. Glory to God. Boundaries. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb because I needed to rest yesterday so that my breathing could be regulated. The weather it sometimes gets me during the change of weather. Anybody that knows me, it gets me. And it got me yesterday. But because boundaries, put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I set. I got stuff to do. That's right, Lee. I got stuff to do the rest of the week. And so this is the point that I'm making. Boundaries. I had to know what my boundaries were. And in this season of my life, I am sticking to my boundaries. Nobody is pushing me past my boundaries. I love each and every one of you. And I love everybody connected to me. But nobody is pushing me past my boundaries. So listen, that's our lunchtime empowerment talk for this week. So sit with yourself today and set your boundaries. And listen, if you are preparing yourself for the gathering, Jaleesa Washington is hosting the gathering this weekend. Let's come on. We're ready to have another experience, and we're going higher than we were the last time, the Gathering 2.0. I can't wait to see y'all when we get there. And then also, if you haven't already done so, the Restore Your Roar Women's Empowerment Brunch is May the 4th. The tickets are already on sale. The link is on my page. Listen, half of the VIP tickets are already sold, so come grab your VIP ticket or come grab your regular ticket and meet me in the room for the Restore Your Roar Empowerment Brunch, where we are getting not only realizing that our voice means something, not only realizing that we have something to say, but most of all realizing that I came out of what I was in with something to say. Did you hear what I said? I came out of what I was in with something to say. So I need you to meet me in the room at the Restore Your Roar. empowerment brunch on May the 14th. The link is on my Facebook page. Book your tickets. It's on Eventbrite. Restore Your Roar. And come on, sit in the room with me. I got some amazing guests. I'm gonna give some empowerment, and we're gonna shift ourselves, because this year is gonna be great for all of us. So listen, after I leave the gathering, I'm about to tell them what I came out. I'm about to share what I came out with. And so listen, we're going all the way. We're going to. Thank you, Shay. Twin Tanya, you got to get your ticket. You got to be in the room for the Restore Your Roar. You got to get your ticket. I need you there. So listen, y'all, help me sell the tickets, help me get there. But most of all today, sit with you. Set your boundaries so we can go higher together. So I hope that you received something today that pushed you, something today that got you strengthened. Listen, boundaries are good. It's not to hurt you, but it's to help me. I love each and every one of you. And hopefully, if you haven't already done so, make sure you head over to the website, www.ShavonnaWhitehead.com. Subscribe to the website. And I want you to subscribe, because the new newsletter will be coming out this Friday. So you'll receive your next Phoenix newsletter. So that, oh, look at that. Jaleesa says she wants to sponsor somebody for the Restore Your Roar. So listen, see Jaleesa's name. Her name is Jaleesa A. Washington on Facebook. If you want to come to the Restore Your Roar brunch, Jaleesa says she will sponsor someone to come to the Restore Your Roar. So make sure you connect with her. Listen, we're doing this together. Me and my booze work together. We don't compete against each other. We support each other, and we go higher together. I'ma be in the room. I'll inbox you, Tamika. I'll send it to you, the link, so that you can book your tickets. Listen, I'll push Jaleesa. I'm gonna be in her room, and guess what? She pushed me, and she gonna be in my room. Listen, everybody connected to me winning. I said everybody connected to me winning, so that's why I need my twin in the room. That's why I told Tanya, get in the room. We all going higher. This is about to be the best year, one of the best years that we've ever seen. So I love y'all. Listen, we'll be back here next week, Tuesday at 1 p.m. For Lunchtime Empowerment Talks, and we will share whatever the Lord shares with us. Have an amazing day on purpose, but remember, sit with yourself today, okay? Promise me that. Sit with yourself today, and guess what? Set those boundaries. Trust me, after you set them, peace going to rest on you. Peace going to rest on you, and you're going to be good to go. All right? I love each and every one of you. Love you too, Tamika. All right, and I'll see you guys next week.